I did a 00 in Dubois and got a ride from some section hikers back to the trailhead. And let's go. This is my last section. For those of you who didn't watch from the beginning, that was the plan all along, to make it up to Old Faithful. So that's where we're going. And see how it goes. This should be a really good section. Been looking forward to it for quite a while. This section is about 100 miles, and I've given myself 6 days. So I had to get permits. So there is pretty much an itinerary for this section. So I have to stay on track with the miles. It shouldn't be bad though, and we should have a short day into Old Faithful, where I will hitch to West Yellowstone and get a rental car and get my sorry ass back home. That didn't take long at all. I've been hiking for less than 10 minutes and I'm already way off trail. And the mosquitoes have been waiting for me. Crazy, crazy CDT. There wasn't much of a highway or much of a trail between the highway and here. Now I'm finally on a road. This leads to Brooks Lake, and I can finally make a little bit of time. I could not find a trail through there. I guess it makes sense that long distance trails between really popular backpacking areas don't get much use. Right now we're approaching Yellowstone. It seemed like the same thing happened when we were approaching the winds. Somehow I always thought the CDT would be really well-established trail, and especially at major road crossings, but not the case. It's always fun to come over the top of a hill and get a view like that. There's the highway way down there. This is Brooks Lake. There's a campground here and it's a Saturday, so there's a lot of people. And in fact, there's a group of horses coming up. This is a nice little area. I like Brooks Lake. This is Upper Brooks Lake. Smaller, but there's nobody on it. And it's a Saturday. The Teton Wilderness Boundary. It's 7 o'clock. I got this campsite here. It's got a fire ring. Got my tent set up. And there's also a food hanging pole about supposedly 100 yards this way, so that's good. But right now, I gotta get my stuff in the tent and escape from these mosquitoes. Look at this guy. I'm cooking my dinner in my tent, which I shouldn't be doing in grizzly country, but and this guy just wanders into camp. Yeah, I see you. That dude is just hanging around. I hear him out there just walking around near my tent. I'm eating my dinner here. He's pretty good company. Just us two guys out here, just hanging. Yep. You gonna show me where the food pole is? Okay. Now you're showing some natural fear. Hey, buddy. Let's go hang our food. Just stick around. You're fine. That's a real food hang right there. Dude's still over here by my tent. Really curious about me, I guess. I'm gonna go back in my tent now. I'll see you later. Good thing he didn't get his horns caught in the lines. I bet he was over here sniffing my shoes and stuff. He went right over to where I just peed to investigate. He's kind of like licking the spot up. Okay, dude. I gotta go back in my tent because the mosquitoes are getting to me. You gonna hang out? Yeah, he's gonna hang out. All right, see you later. Good morning. Did you sleep well last night? Oh, good to hear, buddy. It's 6:45. I'm getting back on the trail. As I was walking away from camp, I felt kind of sad because I didn't see my buddy to say goodbye, and then all of a sudden he appeared, almost like he was saying goodbye. It was the weirdest thing. So we had our little farewell. He better not be so friendly this fall during hunting season, or he won't last long. Golden just said that those were sandhill cranes making that call. And I ran into her and another hiker, but I hadn't seen her since Ghost Ranch. She was hiking with Rip back then, her husband, and they were just doing that section, but when she got home, she decided to flip up and do the whole trail. So that was cool seeing her. A lot of blowdowns through here, obviously because of the fire. That was cold water. I opted out of a sketchy log crossing and just went in my Crocs, and it numbed my legs. Soda Creek, I think it's called. On the trail, 7 o'clock. I slept good last night, and before dark, Maker and Cook came by my campsite, and I talked to them for a little bit. I hadn't seen them since the Gila River, and they flipped. On June 14th, they flipped. So this is the last day of July now, by the way. So today I have about 15 miles to my backcountry campsite that I got a permit for. It's in Yellowstone Park. We're going to be in Yellowstone today. Woohoo! 12 miles to the park boundary. What else? Got 15 miles today, and then a couple of long days, and then we're done. So I'll talk to you later. I'm up at 10,000 feet for the last time this summer, or the last time on this hike this summer, and kind of threatening rain. I got a little bit of cell service, was able to text a couple people, including my lovely wife, and I am about 11 miles from the, no, 9 miles from the park boundary, 11 miles from my campsite for the night, and it's only 10:30 or something, so it'll be a short day, hopefully, unless something unforeseen happens. And we'll be sleeping in Yellowstone National Park tonight. Getting close, maybe a mile, and that's probably the park over there on that hill, I had to guess. I'll be honest, I kind of want to cry right now. That means a lot to me. And that is really more like the end of the trip than Old Faithful's gonna be. I'm here by myself in the wilderness, and that just felt like the end to me. We're still going to Old Faithful. Got like 50 miles or 60 miles to go. But I walked to Yellowstone National Park, and that was what I set out to do. Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot. This is the Snake River that I'll be camping along. Kept my shoes on for this ford. My feet were already wet. Ah, slippery. It rained last night. Before I got to camp, I was trying to beat the rain, but ended up setting up my tent in the rain, and everything is really damp this morning. Had to put on wet clothes, the whole 9 yards. But no bear activity last night. I was a little worried. There was nobody camping with me. I thought for sure there would be, but site 8C9 was all mine. 23 miles today, kind of a long day, but I still hope to get to Grant's Village at a reasonable hour and maybe do some laundry. So I'll show you the sights. Should be an interesting day. Yellowstone National Park. Wet feet crossing first thing. My feet are already wet. Treating myself to an early lunch. It's like 10:15, 10:30, and I'm having a ramen bomb. I haven't had one for a while. This is the hot Nissan ramen that comes in the bowl, really spicy. And I added cheesy mashed potatoes and lemon pepper chicken. And of course, all the seasonings that came with the bowl. It's good, really filling. I needed something because I'm running out of snacks. I'm also drying off my stuff. Socks, shoes. So, a productive stop. You should get a trophy every time you finish a ramen bomb like that. They are so filling. Either that or a jailhouse tattoo. But anyway, headed to Heart Lake. It's about 9 miles away, and then we'll worry about getting to the trailhead where we can hitch to our campsite. Not only do they leave poop all over the trail, but in this section they're marking the trees. This is head high, overhead high on me. That's tight bark too. Impressive. This is Heart Lake. It's big and nobody in sight. Best spot I've seen to swim since Sandpoint Lake in the winds. And nope, I'm not going swimming. Boy, you can smell that sulfur. That one is really hot. This is the car that gave me a ride from Dubois to the trailhead. And they're backpacking, but they told me they were going to leave a Coke under the car for me. Hell yeah! Now I got to get a ride to the campground, but at least I have a Coke to drink while I'm waiting.